Do you know about the monk mummies? So there was a group of monks in Japan that didn't just, prepare for death, they wanted to become living relics. The practice was called Shoshin Butsu, and it was this long process that could take up to 10 years. So at first, these monks would eat nothing but nuts, seeds, and bark, and I believe they didn't drink water. But the whole idea was to eliminate any fat in the body and also moisture. They were basically trying to preserve their bodies while still living. And after years of doing that, when they would get to the place they wanted to be, they would begin drinking a tea from the poisonous tree sap from the urushi tree. And if you don't know what that is, that's the sap that they initially had started using to make lacquer. So basically, these monks were embalming themselves, again, while still living. Then after years of doing that, when they got to the place of being purified, they would basically dig a hole in the ground, like a tiny little tomb where they could, sit in the lotus position, and they would be given a bell and a breathing tube, and then sealed up. And then they would stay down there and ring the bell every morning so the monks outside knew they were still alive. Until one day, the bell didn't ring at all. Other monks would leave them in there for about 3 years. And then after that amount of time, they would go in and unseal the tomb. What they found was either an actual horror, or they would find a perfectly preserved monk who essentially reached this level of becoming a living Buddha. And in that case, they would be considered holy and would become a shrine, if you will. So what happened to the monks that didn't achieve this status? Well, they were simply buried and they were honored for at least trying.